Hey y'all, it's Ashley. So I have another layout today, and I'm starting off by showing you guys some things that I think I may use. I don't end up using everything, but I definitely knew I wanted to use these few sheets of paper. I think they're Amy Tangerine Ready Set Go. I don't know what the clouds are. I can look though and find out. Pebbles Happy Go Lucky is the clouds. This is just regular acrylic paint, and I made the mistake of doing it before. Um, I could have let it dry overnight and then come back and do the rest the next day, but I really wanted to get it done tonight. So I'm just kind of showing you guys. I set it aside for a while, so I'm going to just get the picture matted and get kind of some placement with things. I chose a picture that was taken by my photographer of me and my husband on our wedding day, and it's just a really simple outdoor picture. And since I wanted it to be a very subtle layout. I don't know how subtle it turns out, but I think it's more subtle than most, like as far as color, than most of my other layouts. So I'm choosing some vellum and some kind of light colored and neutral colored papers. I throw in a tiny bit of color, but not near as much as I normally use. So right now I'm just kind of looking at what I'm wanting to use. Some things I use, some things I don't. I'm just playing around with it, and this is really the first layout that I've done all just on camera, and it took me about, I would say in total, like 30 something minutes, maybe like 35 to 40 minutes, and it was start to finish. I didn't really plan anything ahead of time besides picking up a bunch of stuff that I thought I may want to use. Right now I'm just kind of cutting out some words from that the die cuts with a view papers, and I'm thinking I may use those words. I don't know that I end up using lovely or live in the moment. I think I cut down lovely to love, and then I realized that I want to use that little, this is from the Recollections Neapolitan collection. I realized I want to use that little Polaroid instead, so I don't want two loves on there. So I change it to a different word. And this is just K & Company fabric that I found a long time ago, and I'm just making it a little bow because it kind of doesn't remind me of my dress, but just the fabric reminds me of like just wedding, I guess. So I just took some string off of a tag and made a little knot and then cut the excess. And then I'm going to go in with a little sticker, like a little Recollections pearly looking sticker, and just put it on there. And I ended up cutting that flower down because I thought it was like way too big for the layout. So now I'm just kind of looking. These are obviously some very colorful things, but I'm just going to pull some elements out that I think may go with the layout. And I have to apologize in advance. My layout skips quite a bit, I think towards the end, so it kind of makes me nervous. Like, this is the first time I'm watching it, so I'm kind of worried that it may skip quite a bit for you guys. I hope it does not. If it's really bad, I'll not post it, but if it's okay, then I'll just go ahead and post the video. This is just some papers I think I may use, but I don't end up using it. The vellum does smear the paint just a little bit, but it's not super noticeable, and so I just kind of leave it the way that it is. So I'm going to go ahead and get I ran out of adhesive, so I'm going to use my other adhesive that I had sitting next to me. I'll go ahead and place those photos, and that's not super straight. I probably could have outlined those to make it look less perfect, but with this layout, I don't have much black in the layout. Besides, I was going to journal, but I ended up thinking that I would mess up the layout just because I wanted it to be kind of clean. So the only black that I have is just I do a small little stamp at the end. So I'm going to add in that little piece. I believe that's a Sunday afternoon little collection, a little paper stack collection, DCWV collection. And then like I said, I think I'm going to use that love, but I don't end up using it. And I just forgot all about that live in the moment. I thought I would use it, and then I thought, well, I can't have like 18 titles on the page. So I started looking, and this is where I'll get stuck here in a little bit, and you probably will notice. As much as I love the vellum, it's really difficult to figure out how to stick it down. Of course, in the bottom, I was able to use washi tape, so that worked there. So you'll see at the end I go back and add add in some strips of paper because it just did not look finished up there. And I have a problem with this just letting things go. So I'm going to add the cherish, and I think I do end up keeping that with that heart with looks like some dictionary words or something on it. I think I'm going to use something from the October Afternoon collection, but I don't end up using it. And I'm going to go ahead and adhere those things down and get placement on my bow. There I go, cutting it down and just kind of fluffing it a little bit, and then I pull some Tombow glue and I go ahead and adhere it down. I think it's down and it's not, so I have to re-glue it and hold it down for a little bit. So I hope the fast forward is not too fast. I like it much better that way, and personally I like watching people's videos when they're on fast forward because I get the idea. I love watching videos, but I don't want to take forever to watch them either. So I'm just going to add a little washi, and that's just Recollections washi, I believe. And I wanted to bring out that I didn't get to show much of the clouds in that blue paper that's matted behind the picture. So I go ahead and pull a little banner strip, just a very imperfect, that's the word, that's terrible, banner strip. And now I'm going to try to do my title, and I line it up. I'm putting it on my grid mat for a reason, but at the same time, the words come off and then the bottom of the words like stick. So if that makes sense, they weren't sticking right onto that plastic, and half of it would come in like the cardboard part of the letter, like the chipboard part would stick. So I just ended up just saying, screw it, I'll just go ahead and place them and hope that it works out. So it normally does, and I really am not, I don't really plan it out that much, so it's better for me to just place it on the page because I'm super impatient. Like I said, the layout did not take me that long at all, just because I like to get them done. But I mean, I'm serious about what they look like, but I also just want to get it done. I'm putting this brad in from American Crafts. I realize I put it way too close to perfect, but I left it, or else it just would have been a huge hole. These are also some little Recollection rosette type stickers. And then I added a little ampersand symbol there. And I'm just kind of looking through this Dear Lizzie. I think that's the Fifth and Frolic sticker book. And then I add a little strip there, but it kind of comes up a little bit, so I end up adding another little flower. I'm kind of just now trying to figure out what I can do to finish off the page. I don't want too much, but I also want a little something up there. I just can't figure out what it is. And I honestly don't really care for what I ended up using. I put a little tag up there, and then I stamped with my Dear Lizzie little roller date stamp that just has the phrases. And I kind of wish I wouldn't have it smears just a little bit. I mean, it's not terrible. It's not bad though. I put remember this and happy place on there. So now I'm thinking I want to journal, but I'm not sure where because I'm really worried about messing it up. So I thought I'll just go back and write a little something and stick it to the back. And then here is where it starts to skip a little bit. So I added a camera clip, I'm so sorry. And then I added some paper strips. So that finishes the layout, and I hope that you were able to catch the end of that. Thank you guys so much.